Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think my mother's leg pain could become so unbearable that she would be willing to take her own life because of it. I can still hear her scream, echoing between the four walls of our home. "I'm going to end it all. If this is what it takes for the pain to stop, then so be it." I remember rushing to the bathroom, only to find my mother in the center of what seemed to be a bloodbath scene from a horror movie. My mother, having fainted on what used to be a white, now scarlet floor, holding a stained chainsaw in her right hand, and blood gushing out of her almost severed leg. Needless to say, I was petrified. I started acting on instinct and covered her open wound, hoping and praying the ambulance would get here in time. She was barely breathing, but she managed to place a hand on my cheek, and she mumbled a few words that marked my life forever. "Let me die, son. It's the only way for the pain to go away." As I looked into her empty, desperate eyes, I could not help but ask myself, just what kind of pain was she going through, if she felt that the only way to rid herself of it was to end it all? And most importantly, why wasn't modern medicine and their so-called medical advancements not able to help her? The following story is very painful for me personally, but I know I have to tell it. You see, a little less than 2 years ago, what started as a tingling sensation on my mother's legs turned into a nightmare that almost took her life. Fortunately, the doctors were able to save her, and amazingly enough, her leg as well. However, at that moment, I swore I would do anything in my power to help her escape this terrible disease, even if it was going to cost me everything I had. It took 18 months and an incredible yet scary journey through the dark underbelly of the big pharma conglomerates, but I eventually did it. I found a way to help my mother rid herself of the debilitating nerve pain that has been plaguing her for more than 6 years. Then, as I shared my method with the rest of the world, things really went crazy. And in just a few short months, the same thing that had helped my mother to escape nerve pain helped over 97,400 others. And here we are today, in spite of Big Pharma's constant threats. So what I am going to reveal in this short yet shocking presentation is a scientifically approved natural solution that will force this raging pain to leave your body in just a matter of weeks. Without sickening and maddening medication that can lead to life-threatening side effects and serious mental illnesses. And without spending a fortune seeing all those doctors, all of which will leave you feeling hopeless every time you step out of their office. It's a marvelous breakthrough that unshackles you from your numbness, tingling, burning, and shooting sensations in just a matter of weeks. You see, doctors have been preaching for ages that nerve pain has no treatment, that this agonizing numbness experienced by many unfortunate souls across our nation is here to stay and tantalize their lives until their last breath. It's supposedly warning you of some greater danger, but they don't know what that danger is. They shrug their shoulders and say that the nervous system is a complex system, that the real cause of pain cannot always be detected. It's like they've all given up before they even started, just prescribing narcotic pain relievers that turn their patients into addicts. But what exactly are they actually hiding? When millions of honest, hard-working people are still enduring this debilitating pain every single day. You see, despite the lies you have been fed with for years, the real reason why your excruciating pain doesn't go away, no matter what you do or which medications you take, is not because of unknown sources. Instead, your pain is the result of a dangerous inflammation that takes place deep inside a hidden area of your brain and is violently attacking your nerve cells, causing you this terrible pain in your legs and damaging your brain in the process. Even the U.S. National Library of Medicine has identified this as the true trigger that has condemned millions of Americans to a life as they describe it, not worth living for. So, have you ever wondered why they push mentally debilitating pills down your throat while you're in excruciating physical pain? That despite steroid injections and so many drugs that ultimately damage your health, your torment only gets worse. That no matter if you are in your 30s or 60s, this monstrous pain can strike out of nowhere in just a flash, with no warning whatsoever. Even though there are many folks who are over 90 and have no problem moving, walking, and even dancing, while there are people even in their prime years who cannot even lift a finger without screaming and crying in pain. The answer is going to leave you speechless, but will also give you the only solution that will completely rid you of this crushing nerve pain and make your legs work as good as a Swiss watch, all while setting you free from this life-wrecking misery once and for all. And it can all happen in just a matter of weeks. So brace yourself, because soon you are going to move, walk, dance, and enjoy your life without this debilitating pain. You'll finally escape the countless restless nights. You'll be free of this prison of pain and discomfort you were thrown into against your will. You'll walk, run, sleep, and be there for your family. Offer them a dreamy life and regain your precious liberty. A healthy and worthy person, unstoppable and brave enough to jump into the mainstream of life and thrive on it, just like you've always deserved. Now, I can see that it is very difficult for you to believe all this right now. It's all right to have some doubts. And trust me, I know that it sounds crazy or even insane that you can completely eliminate this maddening pain, because whenever it flares up, it feels like it won't ever stop. And your doctor leaves you helpless in suffering and distress, prescribing you the usual ineffective and overly costly medications. Because the pharmaceutical industry has remorselessly pushed the reason why pain keeps increasing under the carpet, saying it's all in your head. But today, you can turn a new chapter in your beautiful life. Because it doesn't matter the type of nerve pain you suffer from, whether that be peripheral, diabetic neuropathy, or neuralgia. You can finally get rid of it completely once and for all. So do yourself a favor and make sure you pay attention to what I'm about to say over the next few minutes, because your very own life is about to change. You see, the nerve pain industry is worth $10 billion as of 2021 and is bound to go to a shocking $25 billion in the next decade. Basically, the pharmaceutical elites are more than willing to devour every single penny out of your pocket while plunging you deeper and deeper into agony, suffering, poverty, and despair. But even Big Pharma is not invincible and has its own Achilles heel. So if you've had enough of this life-wrecking, numbing, burning, and tingling sensation every second of your day, if you are tired of the unbearable burden of pain that is destroying every moment with your family and loved ones, if you are frightened of being stuck on a couch for the rest of your life, if even the simplest of things you do every day, like brushing your teeth, becomes an extremely painful task to do, then I urge you to pay attention, because in the following minutes, I'm going to give you the key that will finally release you from those handcuffs of nerve pain. But let's not take just my word for it. Here's some of the 97,400 success stories I receive every single day in my inbox and WhatsApp. Taylor Kudrow, 54, from Iowa, says, "For the past 3 years, I have suffered daily with debilitating nerve pain. Well, it's been just a few weeks, and I cannot put into words how amazing my results have been. I have absolutely no more hypersensitivity and no more agonizing burning pains. I can't explain it, but this thing works. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing your secret with the rest of the world." Dylan McKee, 49, of California, says, "I've had chronic nerve pain for 4 years, and I've tried pretty much everything from steroid injections to physio, surgery consults, all of it. It's just not worth it. It's exhausting, and at some point you have to start figuring out a way to live the best life you can, dealing with the pain rather than constantly waiting for it to disappear, because, in reality, it could never disappear. Or so I thought, because your remedy made the pain vanish completely. I was in shock, and I wept. I wept because for the first time in years, I did not feel even the tiniest of burning, tingling, nothing. Thank you a million times." Charlie Somerset, 61, in Tennessee, says, "I've become a hermit. I've gotten to the point where I don't even want to get my meds from the pharmacy, because just getting dressed and getting in a car to get there is a challenge. I'm 61. I remember when I first started noticing that my body was not functioning like it should. and I would have aches and pains and fatigue along with little telltale signs. It wasn't until after my last child at 31, and I was never the same. Years went by, and I ignored, and I just pushed through as best I could. It wasn't until I hit 50 that my body just said, "That's it, you're done." A couple years later, I went to the doctor, and the war of drugs against pain began. They've given me pain meds, then took them away. They've tried to feed me antidepressant meds and a lot of other poison pills that I refuse to take. So I decided to try your product, hoping desperately that there must be something that will save me from this torture. I am now the happiest I've ever been. I can move freely, do the laundry, walk around the house, go out. I have even started jogging. Yes, that's right. Bless you. Tens of thousands of men and women have successfully rid themselves of the debilitating nerve pain, and this all proves the same thing, that this program is guaranteed to work for any person out there. Maybe I didn't say it, but my name is Bill Monroe. I live in New York suburbs, and I work as a logistic manager for a pharma lab in the city. 15 years ago, my father died, leaving me as the only person who my mother could rely on. When she got sick, she needed my full attention, and as much as I loved and wanted to help her out, it was truly challenging. I'll admit it, she didn't pay much attention to her pain when it first started. In her early stage, it was more like a sensation of discomfort, followed by tingling and lack of sleep. We all hoped that things would get better after she started taking medication. But the future had something else prepared for us. Out of all the things the doctors prescribed her, nothing worked, instead making her life a living hell. Even today, with all the major advances in medicine and science, they are not interested in finding something that can completely rid you from debilitating nerve pain. 1 out of 5 Americans experience nerve pain. And while this is a very big deal, it is more profitable for Big Pharma to keep prescribing painkillers than finding a means of curing these people of their pain. One morning when I was at work, I received a call from the neighbor living next door to my mother's house. My mom had fallen down a couple of stairs when she went out to get the mail. I was really scared that she got hurt. Fortunately, she was fine, but when I called her doctor just to be sure, he told me something that left me in shock. "Expect this to happen more often in the future," the doctor said. "More often?" I asked him. He was too busy writing down her prescription to even think about coming up with a solution. I spent thousands of dollars remodeling her house to make it as suitable as possible for someone in her condition. But as her well-being gradually deteriorated, it became almost impossible to keep up with modifying every corner of the house and piece of furniture to fit her needs, and the amount of medication she began taking was pure torture. First, days on tramadol were the hardest for her. She couldn't stop crying, saying that the side effects were even worse than the pain itself. Beside rashes and dizziness, her lidoderm cream caused some severe episodes of terrible pain. She even tried this acupuncture method that every doctor suggested, but it only left her skin severely bruised, making her aches and pains way more overwhelming. I had to watch her struggle with this painful situation for years, enduring steroid injections that relieved her pain for just a few days, only to have the burning and tingling come back more violently and even sharper soon after. See, you've probably heard that neuropathic drugs can make the burning sensations worse and can lead to an increased heartbeat and mental confusion. She has been fed up to the rim with all these expensive and pain-inflicting medications. And when I thought she finally got used to them, and they actually worked, the worst thing happened. As her doctor prescribed new medication, things went terribly wrong. She almost became a different person than the one I knew. At first, I thought this medication finally helped her, and the pain must be at its lowest level. But oh boy, was I wrong. It was a cold Monday morning, and I was getting ready to go to work. On my way to the front door, I wanted to check on my mother, as I always do. I couldn't find her in her room, and there were some screams coming from the bathroom. My heart froze as I opened the door. She was on the floor, sitting like a toddler, with a chainsaw in her hands, covered in blood, trying to cut her legs off. She was crying and screaming her lungs out. "Let me die, Bill. It's the only way for the pain to go away." I started acting on instinct and covered her open wound. hoping and praying the ambulance would get here in time. The truth is, she is fine now, and both of her legs. But what happened will haunt me forever. Days passed and I couldn't wrap my head around the accident. One day she was fine, nothing uncommon, and then a few moments later, she goes and does that? I knew she was in pain most of the time, but she never really complained after taking the new drugs the doctor prescribed her. Apparently, the nerve pain was so unbearable it made her choose between her life and living one more second trapped in her personal nightmare. The morning after that incident, I decided to get in touch with one of my oldest and trusted friends. I'll call him Dr. Ferguson to protect his identity. Even though he was an extremely busy doctor, Dr. Ferguson was a really good and empathetic person and agreed to help me. I knew he had been working on something for a very long time. He and his team were studying the effects of certain substances on the human brain, trying to develop the medicine meant to stop neuropathic problems, among them peripheral nerve pain. But as he told me, the reason his project froze was pure bureaucracy. Big Pharma wanted to stop them by any means. Some of his colleagues quit. Then a couple of guys in dark suits came into their lab, cleared out the place, and shredded all their research paperwork. When he saw the injustices, he decided to start his own lab with the money he had saved through his career. In his own words, "If I don't have to take money from them, there is no way they can force me to quit working on a project that could save millions of people." So after I told him what happened to my mother, I knew he was the person who could at least give me some advice. I told him everything right from the beginning. He showed me the files of what they were working on before Big Pharma shut them down. It was both shocking and mind-blowing. "Here, take them. Due to my agreement with our previous employer, I can't legally show these to the public. But I don't think it will do anyone any harm if at least one person has the benefits of these findings," Dr. Ferguson said, handing me all his research papers. That night, I stayed up late and looked over every single page of the thick folder. It contained not only their work, but also corroborating proof from dozens of other similar studies, essentially proving that what Big Pharma does is literally mentally ill. They're blatantly prescribing pills and treatments despite not knowing the exact source of the nerve pain, or so they claim. According to the Cleveland Clinic, nerve pain is the aftermath of a mutilated nervous system. Our nervous complex comprises our brain and spinal cord. These two send nerve impulses into different parts of our bodies, and so we are able to walk, run, play the piano, and write, for instance. So if, according to doctors, there are different types of nerve pains and are different from each other, then why on earth were scientific sources mentioning a dysfunctioning nervous system as the sole cause? And more importantly, why was my mother suffering so much, while she had suffered absolutely zero accidents that could result in nerve damage? The answer came quickly from a groundbreaking study in the U.S. National Library of Medicine. The single most outstanding thing written in this study was this. According to the scientists that published the findings, the exact root cause that vandalizes your nervous system is an inflammation created by something called heavy metals, with the most important one being lead. Lead, among a few other dangerous heavy metals, is a severe toxic element that acts in an insidious and sneaky manner and ambushes your nervous system. While attacking your body, it starts an inflammatory process inside your brain by penetrating every single neural tissue and connection, killing your nerves. Now lead not only is moving like a little but poisonous snake, but it spits out its venom in every single area that stabilizes and protects your nervous system. It even exterminates the first-line defenses of your brain and spinal cord whenever an enemy is ready to charge towards your nervous cells. But you see, here's where things get even more complicated from here. Lead lives in the air you breathe. It rests inside the food you eat. It sleeps inside the water you drink. It occupies the milk you give to your kids. It savages the ground you are walking on. It rides the dust that resides on your home. According to a study published in the U.S. National Library of Medicine, the average level of lead found in blood tests among Americans ranges from 2 milligrams to 5 milligrams. The National Toxicology Program now confirms that even 3 milligrams of blood lead levels are very dangerous for human health, while blood with 10 milligrams or above is considered to be severe, wreaking havoc on your entire nervous system in the long term. A recent breaking article posted a little over a year ago by one of the top news websites in the world shows how widespread lead toxicity actually is in America. For instance, in Philadelphia, 23% of the children tested were found to have this poisonous metal inside their blood. Now imagine what lead can do to a person with a compromised immune system. Amongst other entry points, lead enters your body through your airway as you breathe. After conquering your bloodstream, it then travels all the way through the soft tissues of your body, such as the liver, kidneys, lungs, brain, spleen, muscles, and yes, even the heart. Some people start showing signs right in the beginning, while others start suffering its consequences after years of toxic buildup. And this is the reason why there are individuals that suffer from neuropathy in their early 30s, while others in their 70s. And diseases like type 2 diabetes only aggravate this condition. Because despite what modern doctors have led you to believe, type 2 diabetes is not the cause of nerve pain, but a catalyzing factor that worsens and speeds up the process. Looking through the research, my gut froze. I had finally figured out what was turning my poor mother's life into a nightmare, but still had no idea how to fix all this. I immediately called Dr. Ferguson to see if there was anything else he hadn't disclosed in the files he gave me. You see, Bill, for most people it is hard to believe all these, even with the blatant evidence standing right there beneath their eyes, Dr. Ferguson said to me. Our nation is dying, my friend, and we need to unite together if we want to survive, the good doctor added. And so he began to explain thoroughly that our primary target must be to destroy the poison from my mother's bloodstream from the second it enters her body, and also flush out the existing one. Then, the next logical step would be to shield her organism against this toxic metal. I knew there must be a way, the key to stop nerve pain once and for all. I worked as hard as I could possibly do for 6 years, and I finally did it. I have discovered a special and natural variety of elements that may make the impossible possible. These incredible ingredients are full of 100% natural analgesic and anti-inflammatory assets, could be the holy grail that will terminate nerve pain. A revolutionary wave of medicine like no other, Dr. Ferguson concluded. Then he told me what happened when he tried to present his findings to the pharma company he used to work for. The first thing they asked was how much money this is going to make, and the second, if they could price it higher. When they heard how simple this actually is, they showed Dr. Ferguson a spreadsheet with how much the top drugs on the market are making, and said in their own words, "This is where you want to be. Everything else is not worth showing to people. Get your head straight, Doc. We're in business to make money." Dr. Ferguson was truly a decent man, but he was also a fair man, and he knew that if he didn't release his findings to the public, his entire career would be worth nothing. And we knew exactly the right person to first test his discovery on: my mother. For the first few days, nothing major happened, and I could see my mother disappointed. My mother wanted to quit, but Dr. Ferguson encouraged her, saying that she has nothing to lose anyway, and guaranteed his formula will work. And good thing he did, because a few days later, my mother's pain eased up just a little, giving us hope. And then one morning, there she was, standing in the kitchen almost crying, with the biggest smile I've seen in my entire life. At that moment, I knew why. This was working. Even though she still had motion problems, she told me that she had the best sleep in all these years of horrible nerve pain. She finally woke up rested. I didn't expect her pains to vanish like magic, but I knew if she kept taking the formula, this was for sure going to happen. More days passed, and things started to improve even more. Regaining her mobility and moving around freely without any pain intensity were so new to her. My mother was no longer on the verge of falling every time she took a step, and clearly all her stress and anxiety disappeared. She recovered the glow we both thought faded away when things started going bad. She was so full of life and confident in her ability to stand on her own 2 legs. Her nervous system was working at optimal levels. and the inflammation vanished completely in a matter of weeks. Extensive blood tests showed no more lead traces or heavy metal toxicity found inside her body. It was absolutely mind-blowing and a precious gift we have received. A chance for a new life. Seeing this, I understood we could actually make the world a pain-free place. I wanted to help as many people as I could. But a question popped in my mind. The formula worked on my mom, but would it work on anyone? Dr. Ferguson and I needed more people to test this on, so we could validate its success. So I went online and posted an ad saying we were looking for volunteers. We were overwhelmed with hundreds of messages from people, saying they would do anything to at least try this out. In a week, we made the hard decision to choose only 50 volunteers, ready to confirm our theory. Of course, I expected this formula to work, but I didn't expect it to be that good. Within a few weeks, 98% of all participants showed amazing range of motion, and each one of them said their pain eased up by at least 90%. Tests showed that heavy metal toxicity also completely vanished from their nervous system. They also reported a significant sleep improvement. Their energy levels skyrocketed, and the lust for life they had impressed me to tears. Within a few weeks, 100% of all participants were able to move freely. Each and every one of the participants no longer had issues with pain and motion problems in just a few weeks. Even the most skeptical ones, to their utter shock, got rid of the debilitating nerve pain. It was clear proof that this mix was working. Now we had one more obstacle to overcome. Big Pharma. Dr. Ferguson managed to pull some strings, and even though we don't know for how long this will be able to protect us against these giant moguls, right now, this super nerve pain annihilation cocktail is available in all-natural supplement formula that anyone can use at home. It is my honor to introduce to you Nerve Defend, a 100% natural blend that goes directly to the root cause of your nerve pain, the inflammation caused by heavy metals such as lead entering your body and wreaking havoc on your nervous system. To create this blend, we only source the purest, highest quality ingredients. The perfect combination of carefully mixed plants and salts into an easy-to-swallow capsule to take once a day. We only produce Nerve Defend in our FDA-approved facility using the latest technology and equipment. Every capsule of Nerve Defend is non-GMO and safe. This protocol is very easy to follow and is also diabetic-friendly. It does not require any restrictive diets, and it does not interfere with other supplements you might be taking. This formula is more powerful than anything else you'll find on Amazon or any other store in the world, because it goes directly to the real cause of your nerve pain. Something which until now has been kept quiet by the big pharma conglomerates, just because they know your pain and misery are worth more to them than your health and well-being. Over a dozen independent labs across 2 continents have tested this program on 2,900 brave men and women from 6 countries to make sure it works. Lab tests have shown us that in order for this program to be efficient, all the ingredients have to be of the highest quality and mixed only in these exact quantities and in this exact formula. And what we achieved is what most experts call a medical breakthrough. Here's a short explanation on how these ingredients work and why they are so powerful. Step 1. Your body absorbs these powerful nutrients. With the very first capsule of Nerve Defend, the nutrient absorption process starts. We put together 7 powerful ingredients and herbs chosen from selected locations all over the world, such as America, Asia, Africa, and even the wildest places in the Amazonian rainforest. These super nutrients are crucial for doing 2 things: flush out the lead poison from your nervous system and strengthen your neural tissues along with the immune system while shielding you against heavy metal toxicity. And second, and most important, 100% rid you of the debilitating nerve pain. Step 2. Your muscles, bones, and nerve pathways gets nourished and starts fighting the heavy metals inflammation. As soon as your body has absorbed all these powerful nutrients, the healing of your nervous system will begin. This is extremely crucial. In order for your body to have the power to get rid of the toxicity, the neuronal pathway needs to stay strong and your immune system at its peak. This powerful formula will strengthen the nervous system's path so that your brain can send heavy metal cleanse signals through your entire body. Step 3. Heavy metals are cleansed out of your body and the nervous system is healing. Now this is important, so please pay attention. To help you completely flush out heavy metal toxicity from your body, we had to closely select a nutritious mixture of 7 ingredients, including passion flower, extremely rich in painkillers. It's one of our star ingredients and is not only able to set you pain-free, but also tonifies your nerve pathways and fights the inflammation from the root. It's also used to solve side problems such as insomnia and anxiety. 2 independent lab studies proved passion flower to be effective against nerve pain and heavy metal inflammation. So not only it goes directly to the root cause of your pain, but it also flushes toxic metals out of your nervous system. The next one we added is California poppy, a powerful plant that has been used for decades to help overcome multiple issues such as insomnia, nervous agitation, liver diseases, and aches. Along with the passion flower and other natural herbs, this herb will annihilate the intense pain that is diffused among your feet, hands, fingers, and toes, and slow down the burning sensation that your muscles are experiencing every day. Now there is a reason why we added the second big ingredient in this unique anti-pain cocktail, and that is because it attacks and surges the inflammation that still persists in every corner of your body. The ingredient's name is corydalis. Corydalis has something called dihydrocorybulbine, DHCB, which originates from the root of this medical plant, and it has been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties and as well as relieve neuropathic pain. It has also been shown to soothe the aches in your hands and feet, enhances muscle relief and relaxation, and increases the chances of a calm and deep night's sleep. What is more is that it has been utilized for purposes such as nerve and muscle relief, lowering pain, bringing comfort to the feet and hands. It also has sedative and antidepressant effects. The next element we added was prickly pear, going by the name Nopal opuntia. Besides helping your nervous system recover and helping stop your nerve pain, it has been shown to also be helpful with type 2 diabetes and reducing cholesterol. And of course, it has extraordinary antiviral and anti-inflammatory capabilities. Last but not least, we included marshmallow root. Research has shown that marshmallow root is capable of relieving nerve pain and repairing damaged nervous tissue. It also has extremely powerful anti-inflammatory properties and will help your body flush out the lead and heavy metal poisons out of your body. All these plants and herbs mixed together form a super cocktail that is meant to do one thing: rid you of the debilitating nerve pain once and for all. But now you're probably wondering, how can you get your hands on this incredible nerve pain annihilation super blend? You see, it's hard for me to answer this question. When we created Nerve Defend, we knew that in order for this formula to work, we had to source only the highest quality ingredients. We looked over 4 continents, from over 24 providers, until we found the right companies to work with. This makes our ability to keep high stocks on hand almost impossible. And then there's all the people who've used Nerve Defend and eliminated pain from their lives and rejuvenated their body and brain. They are all coming back for more. For themselves and for their families and best friends, they want to make sure we don't run out of Nerve Defend and they're left out. This makes our stock run out in days, every time a new shipment arrives. Plus, we're only able to produce Nerve Defend in small quantities, since finding high-quality ingredients is extremely hard. This is the only way to make sure we keep the formula 100% effective. Since you're here, your package is reserved. But if you leave this page, we cannot guarantee supply when you come back. Now, you should also know that Nerve Defend is extremely easy to use. All it takes is 10 seconds per day of your time and a big glass of water to take 1 organic capsule each day for at least 30 days. So when it comes to how much Nerve Defend you should take, our honest and safe response is, don't risk it. After witnessing the miraculous results of over 97,400 people who regain their mobility and life back and rid themselves of suffering and pain, we recommend taking at least 3 bottles of Nerve Defend for a period of 90 days. And if you want to be completely safe, Then we recommend taking at least 6 bottles or more. This is guaranteed to naturally eliminate the pain that has been plaguing your body and life. Tens of thousands of men and women that have tried Nerve Defend have been treated with astonishing results. People like Mark Hill, a 43-year-old who says, "I had a hard time adjusting to the pain. I let my symptoms control me. My quality of life suffered along with my physical conditioning. Chronic pain clearly affects the body, but it also affects emotions, relationships, and the mind. It can cause anxiety and depression, which in turn can make pain worse. My brother bought this program for me. I didn't even care what it was about, I just took it. And then something unbelievable happened. My pain vanished. Gone. All gone. Completely." Chase Carter, a 41-year-old from Phoenix, also wrote to us, "Of course, I tried your program as I was absolutely desperate. No, this is not even the word to describe it. It was hell. And after several days passed by, I woke up one morning and found I could get out of my bed fast and smoothly. No stabbing, no tingling, no burning sensation all over my legs. I got under my sheets again and went back to sleep because, no joke, I thought I was dreaming. I don't even know how to thank you." David Strahov, a 57-year-old from Illinois, tells us, "Somewhere along the way, so-called experts coined the phrase pain acceptance, one of my pet peeves. Not long after my initial disease faded, and I found myself in the position of constant nerve pain. My neurologist had a frank discussion with me. She told me given the course of my illness, the best I could hope for would be some spontaneous nerve regeneration over the course of 2 years. If it didn't happen in that time frame with the current available treatments, it would not get any better. For the next 2 years, I tried a variety of treatments in addition to medications to help with the pain, all to no avail. I call it reality, people wanting to take money from you, or your insurance company call it pain acceptance. Then I came across your product, which to be honest, I just tried it for vitamin enhancement and expected absolutely no results. I was staggered, shocked. My neurologist told me I was lying. She just couldn't wrap her mind around how this happened. To be honest, neither do I. But one thing I know is that it works, and it's 100% efficient. Now, given the incredible benefits Nerve Defend has to offer, it makes sense why I initially wanted to give this program for $297. But while I could have easily done this, and people would line up, truth is, there are things more important than money. And for me and Dr. Ferguson, that is to help as many people as possible escape from the debilitating nerve pain. Sure, we could have taken the easy way out, been greedy and accepted Big Pharma buying us out and let them shut down yet another incredible solution. But here's the thing. Then all the tens of thousands of desperate people that are now pain-free and live a normal life would still depend on these pharma jackals that only feed them expensive and side effects-filled medicine. And I just couldn't accept this. Because I've seen how horrible it is to have to live with this constant pain day by day. And I don't want anyone else to go through what my mother has been through. I don't want to see anyone else's life ruined by this terrible disease. Now, I cannot change the past, but I can give you the most powerful weapon in the world to change your future, to completely stop nerve pain and regain your life. And because I want price to be the last thing you consider when taking advantage of this incredible solution, today you have the chance to live a pain-free life, strengthen your nerves, and shield your mind and body against disease for just $69 and not a penny more. Only if you act today, through this website while we have the formula in stock. Now, because I know how it is to be tormented constantly by chronic pain that turns your life into a living hell, I have convinced our partners to allow a discount on a 6-bottle package of Nerve Defend. This means that you can get it for only $49 per bottle and also get free shipping from us for as long as the supply lasts. Once we run out of stock, the discount is gone forever. So select on the 3-bottle package or any other package you want and join the tens of thousands of happy folks who are now thriving on a life free from the torturous nerve pain. Now, there is a reason why 98% of our customers go with the 6-bottle option. Once you choose the 6 bottles package, in just 6 months from now, you will finally create a defense line against this poison that will viciously attack your system and throw it out from your body. This means that Nerve Defend not only acts as a weapon for destroying traces of heavy metal poison inside your system, but acts as an armor that prevents it from penetrating your organism in the future. Now, if this sounds good to you, here's how you should proceed. Select the 3-bottle package or any other package you wish. Hit the button below and fill the form on the other page. Once you've secured your order, in 7 days from now, you'll get Nerve Defend right at your doorstep in a 100% safe and discreet way. Now, this program is designed to be 100% effective and destroy the poison that sits at the root of your nerve pain. And I know this may shock you, I get it. After all, the pharma conglomerates have been preying on you since the day this nightmare started. That's why when you select your package today, you're fully covered by our 60-day no-questions-asked money-back guarantee. So give Nerve Defend a try. Unshackle yourself from this debilitating sufferance that your life has transformed into. See how great it feels to have a good night's sleep and wake up fresh in the morning with no pain whatsoever. And in 60 days, if you're not satisfied with what this program has to offer, send me or Dr. Ferguson an email and we'll refund every penny back. No questions asked, no hassle, no red tape. But you need to hurry. Dr. Ferguson and I have literally managed to put our freedom on the line here. Unfortunately, sneaky and well-hidden enemies are waiting at every corner to bring this program down anytime. Big pharma conglomerates that wish to exterminate any alternative and fruitful solution only to keep getting richer from your misery and pain. Hermits like cosmetics and oil companies are in shock that now their phony and useless inventory has permanently lost their competitive advantage. All of them want this site off the internet. So if my phone rings, which could happen any moment now, and I'm under threats to delete this from the internet, I'm afraid you'll be on your own. I just can't afford to fight their lawyers. But why would you turn a blind eye to your only and real chance to break free from nerve pain when you have so much to gain and nothing to lose? Just imagine, no more unbearable pain. No more dangerous drugs that cause you even more aches, making it absolutely suffocating for you to even breathe. Imagine being able to do the simplest of things without the pain piercing your legs. Imagine being able to walk down the stairs like a normal person. And it all starts when you select your package below and hit the buy button now. The decision you are about to make will determine the course of your life. You can take it and spend all your savings on the same and useless pharma drugs and therapies and wait for the pain to go away by magic. Or you can stop all this nonsense and select your package, hit the button below, and get control over your life again. You have the power to change your life, and it's one click away. No more burning and tingling. No more unendurable pain. No more sharp electric-like shock causing numbness. You have the power to turn your destiny around and live a happy life, and it costs close to nothing, even compared to the price you pay every time you visit your doctor, not to mention the catastrophe this terrible disease brings upon your social life. This remedy works for any type of nerve pain. Plus, you're protected by our 60-day no-questions-asked money-back guarantee. So go ahead and select your package now, and you can start being the person you've always wanted to be. It all starts now with a single click, and it takes less than a minute. Do it now and give Nerve Defend a test try. Still here? If so, you probably have some more questions about Nerve Defend, so let me just go ahead and answer them now. Is Nerve Defend safe? We created Nerve Defend to be safe for all people of all ages, no matter if you're 20, 30, or 80 years old, and no matter your current health condition. It has no side effects. It's 100% natural, non-GMO, doesn't contain any stimulants, and has no tolerance forming. We produce Nerve Defend only using high-quality ingredients in an FDA-approved and GMP, Good Manufacturing Practices, certified facility. Through its unique blend of ingredients, Nerve Defend targets the root cause of your pain in a 100% effective way. Now, as always, if you suffer from allergies or other certain medical conditions at this time, we advise that you consult with your doctor first. What if Nerve Defend doesn't work for me? The more results we see, the more confident we are that Nerve Defend will work for you. To put your mind at ease, we decided to give a risk-free 60-day money-back guarantee for every bottle of Nerve Defend. You have 2 full months to enjoy the amazing benefits of this formula. If you decide Nerve Defend is not for you, you can return what you haven't used in full for an immediate no-questions-asked refund. It should come as no surprise if I thought this was not going to work, I would not be offering such a deal. But the tens of thousands of men and women who have tried it are now living proof that Nerve Defend works for anyone and it will work for you too. How many bottles of Nerve Defend should I order? The real benefit of Nerve Defend will come after several months of this formula working through your body. This is why we recommend the 3 or the 6 months packages. Even if you order the 30-day supply only, after a week or two of seeing the incredible results it has, you'll most likely want to order more. But as I mentioned earlier, we are constantly running out of stock, and during this international crisis, it is hard for us to restock as fast as we'd like to. This may be your last chance to take advantage of our super discounted 3 or 6 bottle packages. How do I get Nerve Defend? It's easy. Choose your package below and fill out the information on the next page. Try Nerve Defend for 2 months, and if you're unhappy with the results, even if you used up the entire bottle, send me an email and you get every penny back. So go ahead, select below, and secure your order now.